So a client reached out to me and said, Nick, you know what? My ads aren't working so much anymore. I think it has to do with fatigue. Like we've ran this ad for a long time now and I'm just not seeing the results anymore. And I said, that's probably true, but you should have never been in that situation, right? Most people are reactionary in the sense where they get some ads, they get them working, and then they just kind of like throw their hands back and they chill out and they're like, oh, I've got it. It's working. I don't have to worry about it anymore. That's the last thing you want to do, right? If you're running ads, here's a couple things you need to realize. Number one, every ad has a shelf life, and so it's going to end probably sooner than you think. And so rather than being reactionary and be like, oh damn, I gotta set up some new ads and see if they work and test them out and figure them out and go from there, when you find ads that are already working, it should be in your interest right away to run tests against those ads to see if you can come up with other variations of winners. Now, if you want to scale ads, even better, you could use those variations to scale your spend and make things better. But more importantly, you want a suite of winners, as I call them, that you could run as a rotation so that when things start to kind of die out, well, you've already tested other ads that are working that you can bring back to life. And that way you have no downtime in between those moments. Otherwise, you find yourself stuck just like my client did, where you're like, oh no, let's test some ads, which could result in some downtime, which could result in some ad bleed before you move on to the next thing. So what's the takeaway here? If you're running ads, A, always be testing, right? You have your control and your variable. Keep coming up with new variables to see if you can beat your control. Number two, try to come up with a suite of winners, ads that you know work, so that when one starts to not work anymore, you can bring up the next one. And rather than being reactionary, you can already kind of do your thing and get the results that you're kind of looking for and always be in that flow. I hope that makes sense. Make sure you deploy. Let me know if you have any questions, right? All the best.